Hey friends, we're back together again, and today we have a real challenge ahead of us. We're going to try to escape from the creepy Mr. Nightmare's school. This is going to be an incredibly thrilling adventure, and I can't wait to get started. But before we dive into this spooky atmosphere, I want to remind you how important your support is. Every like you give us is like a ray of light in this dark place, helping us move forward and overcome every obstacle.
Guys, this school is a real nightmare come true. You have no idea how crucial your involvement is. Likes and subscriptions aren't just empty clicks. They give us the strength to fight and push on when everything seems hopeless. So don't hold back. Support us, and we'll show Mr. Nightmare what we're made of.
I'm so worried for Tim. This school is full of traps and dangers, and I'm terrified just thinking about what could happen if we miss something. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single moment. With every subscription, there's a chance someone else will see this video and help with advice in the comments. And with notifications turned on, you won't miss a single detail of our adventure.
Ugh, I can already sense how much dirt and nastiness awaits us ahead. But you know what will help me not feel so grossed out? Your comments. Share your thoughts on our playthrough, give tips on how to avoid traps, and just share what's on your mind. And let's keep it positive. Only good vibes and helpful advice, okay? No rudeness, just friendliness and support.
Yes, everyone. Together, we can get through Mr. Nightmare's school. Your likes, subscriptions, and comments are what make our adventures possible. We love sharing the most exciting moments with you, and with your support, we'll be doing it even more often and better. Let's make this episode unforgettable. Right now, our boy Tim is lifting some very heavy boxes to get to the top. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff waiting for us up there.
I don't think there's anything interesting waiting for us up there. I think there's a lot of dangerous and difficult things ahead. I'm so worried about Tim. What if he can't handle it? What if he gets hurt on some sharp metal edges?
Don't panic! Tim has handled tougher things than this. He'll get through this level with ease.
I think we're in for a lot of dirty, disgusting, and unpleasant things ahead. And also,
Let's not worry and get anxious. To distract ourselves, let's tell stories to our favorite viewers.
Yes, I agree.
Story will be about how Tim ended up in a parallel world where everything is reversed. One day, Tim stumbled upon a strange door in an old abandoned building. Thinking it might be something exciting, he opened it and found a glowing portal. He stepped through and found himself in a parallel world where everything was upside down. The sky was beneath him, and people walked on the ceiling. Oh, Tim, this is incredible. We're in such an amazing world where everything is upside down and looks completely different. Can you imagine how thrilling it is to see the world from this unusual perspective? We can walk on ceilings and see clouds under our feet. Every corner of this world is full of wonders, and I can't wait to discover what's next. Everything feels so unique and exciting. With every new step, my heart fills with joy and delight as we experience this fantastic adventure together. And you know what's the most amazing part? Here, we can see familiar things in a completely new light. For instance, how clouds flow across the ceiling, how rivers run along walls, and how we walk on the upper floors of buildings while the buildings themselves seem to float in the air. It's like we've entered a world of fantasies and dreams where the boundaries of the ordinary and extraordinary are blurred. I'm ready to explore every corner of this world, and I'm sure there are thrilling discoveries ahead.
Honestly, I was a bit annoyed when I saw that everything was upside down and completely different from what we're used to. But you know what? It's actually better. It's like a challenge that's worth taking. This strange, reversed environment makes our journey even more thrilling. We can use this oddity to our advantage and find ways to overcome all the obstacles in our path. Let everything be reversed. It only adds excitement and drive to our adventure. We'll stick together and tackle any challenges that come our way. Yes, it might seem that everything is difficult and unfamiliar, but that's what makes our adventure so thrilling. Every step is a challenge. Every obstacle is a chance to show our skill and ingenuity. We won't let these strange conditions stop us. In the end, overcoming difficulties only adds adrenaline and makes the victory even sweeter. So let's go, despite all the inverted things and unusual conditions.
All this looks pretty frightening. We're in a completely unfamiliar world, and I can't help but worry about what might be waiting for us. What if there are hidden dangers we don't know about? We don't understand how this gravity works, and what might happen if we're not careful. I really don't like the thought of stumbling into something dangerous or ending up in an unpleasant situation. I hope we can find a way back home safely and not get hurt along the way. Every move we make here could have unexpected consequences. I'm anxious about the possibility of running into some trap or ending up in a situation we can't get out of. Our usual landmarks don't work here anymore, and that makes everything so unpredictable. I can't stop worrying about what might happen if we're not careful. We need to be cautious and act carefully to avoid anything truly dangerous.
I don't like how everything looks here. Everything is reversed and strange, and it's making me feel disgusted. This world seems dirty and unpleasant. I don't like that we'll have to walk on ceilings and view everything from such an unusual angle. I hope there's nothing too disgusting that we can't handle. Everything seems not only strange, but also really off-putting. I hope we find a way out quickly and return to a cleaner and more familiar world. And the entire reversed world looks like it hasn't been cleaned in ages. Dust and dirt hanging from the ceiling, as if someone forgot about cleaning. It's just unpleasant to see how untidy everything is and how we have to walk through these unappealing areas. It all seems not only strange, but truly repulsive. I hope we find a way out quickly and get back to a more orderly and familiar place.
Tim continued his journey through the reversed world, exploring its peculiarities and trying to adapt to the new conditions. Each of his inner friends experienced their emotions about what was happening, making the adventure even more interesting and challenging. And what will the next story be about? You will hear for yourself. Now, I'm so excited to tell you about how Tim recently met a group of amazing robot explorers. These robots are true adventurers, traveling across Earth and studying everything around them. When Tim first encountered them, his eyes lit up with excitement. He was amazed at how the robots gathered information about people and nature using their advanced technology. He immediately felt part of something grand and thrilling. Their mission isn't just about collecting data, but understanding our world better, exploring every detail, and uncovering hidden secrets. Tim was thrilled by the chance to be part of such an incredible journey. It was a real adventure filled with emotions and amazing discoveries.
But as you might expect, not everything went smoothly. Despite their advanced technology, these robots faced many challenges. Sometimes the robots made mistakes, which caused frustration. For example, there was a time when their research led to incorrect conclusions, and Tim and his new friends found themselves in a tricky situation that required immediate resolution. This really angered Tim because he had to fix problems caused by technical glitches or incorrect data. Yet, it was during these moments that Tim showed his true character and ability to handle challenges. These trials, though stressful, allowed Tim to learn a lot about himself and the importance of staying calm and finding solutions even in the toughest situations.
I can't help but worry for Tim when he found himself in such a complex situation. The robot explorers, although smart and well-prepared, could still face unforeseen dangers. I always felt anxious when Tim and his new friends encountered unexpected problems, like technical failures or complex conditions that required quick decisions. These moments created real anxiety for me because I feared Tim might end up in a difficult situation from which it would be hard to escape. But I believe that with his determination and the support of the robots, he will be able to overcome all challenges and continue his thrilling journey.
I also have to mention that Tim and the robots might have encountered some not-so-pleasant moments on their path. For instance, in some areas where they conducted their research, the conditions were not the cleanest or most comfortable. Tim had to deal with dirt, unpleasant smells, and even some disgusting creatures. These moments caused me a feeling of disgust, and I could imagine how Tim must have felt discomfort in such situations. But despite this, he continued his journey with resilience and determination. It was important not only to handle the unpleasantness, but to maintain a positive attitude despite all the difficulties and discomfort.
Unfortunately, I have to interrupt this story as it's time to say goodbye. We'll finish this story in one of the upcoming videos. To make sure you don't miss it, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Oh, how quickly time has flown by. We've only just started our exciting journey with the wandering robots, and it's already time to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed exploring the planet with us.
Yes, and don't forget that there's still so much more interesting stuff ahead. We'll definitely continue our adventure in the next video. So don't miss out on the continuation. Subscribe to our channel.
And please, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. I always worry that you might miss our new videos and that you'll support us. So, make sure to hit the bell icon to stay updated on all our new content.
Also, leave your comments. We always appreciate your feedback. Just try to avoid any harshness to keep the mood pleasant. Your opinions matter to us.
Goodbye, friends. Wow, hello everyone! I'm so excited to be here with you today. We've got something absolutely amazing lined up. It's Water Park Barry's Prison Run. Picture this. A water park with giant slides, wild rivers, pools that you just can't wait to dive into. But that's not all. You won't just be sliding down water slides. This is a real escape. Barry, the grumpy prison guard, is trying to catch us, and we have to slip away, glide down the slides, dodge traps, navigate through mazes, and find our way out. You'll need all your skills and smarts to make it out of this water park prison. Sounds fun, right? But before we dive into this epic adventure, I really need you to hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and ring the bell. Come on, no one wants to miss our next awesome adventure, right? Let's do this together.
Oh, Joy, listen to yourself. I can't believe you're suggesting we jump into this nightmare. A water park, prison break, traps. What if the slides are too fast? What if someone loses their balance and falls into the water? And the traps, oh, those traps. What if Barry is too smart and we end up caught in his ambush? We have to be really careful. I'm already imagining everything that could go wrong. But wait, before we head into this risky water world, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We really need your support. What if we need to escape quickly and you won't want to miss our tips? And please hit that notification bell so you get every update. You never know when there'll be a new version of the game with even more challenging levels.
Oh, anxiety, you're overthinking again. Come on, it's going to be unforgettable. Just imagine, you're speeding down the craziest slide, wind rushing past your ears, water splashing everywhere, and you're screaming with joy. Everything around you is bright and fun, and the adrenaline is pumping. And as for Barry, sure, he might be tough, but doesn't that make the game even more exciting? We'll dodge all the obstacles, find the keys, and laugh our way out of his traps. And guess what? You can even customize your character, so we'll be the fastest and the coolest looking. But you know what's also important? Your support. So right now, hit that like, subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming adventures. Let's make this the best one yet.
Well, maybe there's some truth in that. But still, I'm so nervous. Picture it. You're sliding down the slide, and there's a trap at the bottom. What if the water's too cold? Or what if someone panics and we lose time? Barry could be right around the corner with another trick up his sleeve. We need to stay alert. But you're probably right. We can handle it if we work together. I'd still feel a lot better if everyone subscribed and hit the notification bell. That way, we'll be sure everyone gets our updates on time, and no one will miss important tips on how to beat the toughest levels. Please, hit the like button. It'll help me calm down a bit.
That's the spirit, anxiety. See, you're starting to think positively. This is all part of the fun adventure. Sometimes you've got to take a little risk to have a big reward. Just imagine how great it'll feel when we conquer all the challenges, escape from Barry's prison, and celebrate with a giant leap into the final pool. And you know what? It's so important that everyone knows that subscribing is like a key to every new adventure. We'll get through anything together, and everyone will get their rewards in the game. So let's subscribe now, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. We're waiting for you to join this epic water park escape.
Well, if we're all prepared and keep a close eye on everything, I guess we can pull it off. But still, don't forget, subscribing and hitting notifications could really save us if anything goes wrong. Who knows, we might need each one of you to help us take on Barry and his traps. And yeah, one more time. Please hit that like button. It'll help me feel a little less anxious before this big adventure.
Story time! Story will be about how joy and anxiety helped a boy named Max overcome his fears at a giant water park. It was his first time at such a place, and his emotions were all over the place. Oh, I just love this day. The sun is shining, the water is sparkling, and everyone around is so happy. Max is visiting the water park for the first time today, and it's going to be the most unforgettable day of his life. Imagine he's about to ride the tallest water slide in the park. This isn't just a slide. It's as tall as a building, and the ride down is like flying. The water rushes down so fast, and at the end, you get launched into the pool like a superhero who just saved the world. I can already picture Max screaming with excitement, his heart pounding with adrenaline, and when he gets out of the water, his face will light up with the biggest, happiest smile. Oh, it's going to be absolutely amazing. His day will be filled with joy and new experiences.
Wait a minute, Joy. You're always so optimistic, but can't you see how dangerous this is? Did you look at that slide? It's huge and scary. What if Max can't hold on to the tube? The water's rushing at a crazy speed. What if he loses control? Or what if he panics halfway down and can't finish the ride? This is way too risky. The water might be too cold. He could choke, and the slide is way too steep. What if he can't swim after the drop into the pool? We have to think about all the possible disasters. Sure, he's already in line, but what if he gets dizzy or feels sick? We need to be prepared for all these dangers. I just don't want anything bad to happen to Max.
Oh, anxiety. You always think of the worst. Sure, the slide looks huge, but that's what makes it so thrilling. That's the whole point of a water park, to overcome your fears and have an adventure. Max knows this is going to be incredibly fun. He's ready. Did you see him in line, even smiling a little despite being nervous? That's because he's feeling excited, like he's about to try something new and unknown. And guess what? When he goes down that slide, he's going to feel so happy and proud that he'll want to do it again. Adrenaline isn't our enemy. It's how we know we're alive, that we can do anything. We've got to support Max so he knows he can do it. This will help him not just here, but in life overall. Just imagine how he'll feel like a hero after riding down from such a height.
But, Joy, you don't get it. Water slides are no joke. So many things can go wrong. Just picture it. He starts sliding, but the water is too fast. He could flip over, get tossed around, and what if he hits the side of the slide? Or if someone ahead of him stops suddenly and they crash into each other? Oh no. And what if his fear overwhelms him and he wants to stop in the middle of the slide? That's impossible. He'll feel so helpless. He's just a kid. He doesn't understand all these risks. And what if the pool at the bottom is too deep and he can't swim out? We need to think about all of this ahead of time. I don't want Max to experience stress or trauma that could scar him. Fun is great, but we can't ignore all these dangers. You know that anything could happen.
Anxiety. I get that you always worry about everything, and that's important. But can't you see that Max is ready? He's been preparing for this moment for a while now, and his smile shows that he's eager to try something new. We can't let fear stop him from having an adventure. Yes, the slide is tall, but that's what makes it such a challenge. Every kid who rides it feels like a true hero, and Max is no exception. He'll be safe. There are instructors at the top who'll make sure he's seated properly. They'll secure him and explain how to hold on. When Max reaches the bottom and climbs out of the water, looking up at that slide, he'll realize he conquered his fear. It'll give him so much confidence. He'll remember this day and think, if I did that, I can do anything. And trust me, moments like these make life brighter and more exciting.
But, Joy, you don't get it. Water slides are no joke. So many things can go wrong. Just picture it. He starts sliding, but the water is too fast. He could flip over, get tossed around, and what if he hits the side of the slide? Or if someone ahead of him stops suddenly and they crash into each other? Oh no. And what if his fear overwhelms him and he wants to stop in the middle of the slide? That's impossible. He'll feel so helpless. He's just a kid. He doesn't understand all these risks. And what if the pool at the bottom is too deep and he can't swim out? We need to think about all of this ahead of time. I don't want Max to experience stress or trauma that could scar him. Fun is great, but we can't ignore all these dangers. You know that anything could happen.
Now that's the spirit, Anxiety. See, much better. We're a great team. You always think about what could go wrong, and I remind everyone of what could go right. And together, we help Max find a balance between caution and courage. He's not just going to conquer this slide. He's going to walk away feeling like he can take on the world. And you know, moments like these help him grow, get stronger, and more confident in himself. Life isn't just about avoiding dangers, it's about enjoying every moment. And this day, Max is never going to forget.
Yeah, you're right. It's not just about avoiding dangers, but learning to overcome fears. I see Max smiling in line, and that gives me a little bit of confidence. We'll be there for him, and if anything goes wrong, we'll help him through it. Everything will be fine, but still, I'll keep watching, just in case. Okay, everyone, I think it's time to wrap things up. But before we go, I just want to remind you to stay safe out there. Double-check everything. Don't rush into anything too risky, and always be prepared for the unexpected. You never know what might happen, so it's better to be cautious. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a like so you don't miss any future tips on staying calm and careful. Stay safe. Goodbye.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome to our new exciting adventure. Today is going to be especially unusual because we're diving into a brand new and incredibly thrilling mode. Emotions Police Family Prison Run Escape. Just imagine, we're going to be running away from ourselves. Well, not exactly us, but our evil copies. Imagine what it's like to run from a version of me that's all gloomy and dark, or from anxiety who's 10 times more nervous than usual. It's going to be a real race for survival, but with your support, I'm sure we'll make it. So, get ready for a true emotional roller coaster. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single moment.
Oh, no. I'm already getting worried, Joy. Evil copies of ourselves? That's a real nightmare. What if they're faster than us? Stronger? What if they catch us? I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But I know that if we stick together and stay focused, we can do it. And your support is so important to us. So please stay with us, cheer us on, and cross your fingers for us. We're going to need all your positive vibes and good wishes.
Anxiety, I get it. It's totally spooky to think about our darker sides chasing us down. But hey, we've faced tough challenges before, and always found a way out, right? I mean, remember that time we escaped from that creepy haunted house? Or when we navigated through the maze of nightmares? This is just another wild ride. We're not just running away, we're running toward victory, with a dash of laughter and a whole lot of fun. And to all our amazing viewers out there, we need you on this journey with us. Keep your spirits high and your hearts full of courage. Together, we can conquer anything.
Oh, no. I'm already getting worried, Joy. Evil copies of ourselves? That's a real nightmare. What if they're faster than us? Stronger? What if they catch us? I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But I know that if we stick together and stay focused, we can do it. And your support is so important to us. So please stay with us, cheer us on, and cross your fingers for us. We're going to need all your positive vibes and good wishes.
Exactly, anxiety. And who knows, maybe by the end of this, we'll not only escape but come out stronger, knowing that even our darkest sides can't bring us down. So, gear up, everyone. It's going to be a fast-paced, heart-pounding adventure. Let's turn this prison run into a victory lap, and don't forget to hit that like button to give us that extra boost we need. Storytime, friends. Today, I'm going to tell you about our incredible adventure when we found ourselves inside the mind of a boy named Tom. Tom was no ordinary kid. Kind, thoughtful, but sadly, terribly unsure of himself. Imagine what it's like to constantly doubt every decision you make, to be afraid to take the first step because you fear making a mistake. Tom lived with that every single day. And one day, when we all suddenly moved from Tim's head into this new, completely unfamiliar one, we realized our task was to help this boy find himself, overcome his fears, and learn to believe in himself. It was a real challenge, but you know us. We're always ready for anything.
Oh, I remember how it was. We appeared in Tom's head at the worst possible moment. He was standing in front of the mirror, looking at his reflection and getting ready for an important presentation at school. Inside, his fears and doubts were swirling, and he was afraid of every word he was supposed to say. What if he forgot the text? What if his classmates started laughing? These questions flooded his mind, and you know what? I was completely shocked. I could feel how his anxiety was overwhelming me. I was terrified of doing something wrong that would only make things worse. But I knew that if I didn't do anything, the situation would spiral out of control, and Tom would just freeze in front of everyone.
Anxiety, you really made things worse back then. Tom was on the verge of a breakdown, and at that moment, I realized I couldn't just stand by. No way, that wasn't going to happen. I hate it when someone, even if it's Tom, lets their fears control them. I was burning with frustration. I felt the fire inside me ignite, and I decided to act. Tom needed to feel that fire, to sense the strength that could help him overcome any obstacle. I fueled his determination, made him feel like he could do anything, and no one would dare to doubt his abilities.
And I couldn't stand by when I noticed that Tom started worrying about how he looked. At first, it was just concern that his clothes weren't stylish enough, then that his hair was out of place, and then he started thinking his appearance would make others laugh at him. It drove me crazy! How could he be so focused on such trivial things? Tom needed to understand that it's not his appearance that defines his worth, but what's inside him. And I started quietly whispering to him that he needed to rise above these superficial things, that what really matters is what's in his heart and mind. It helped him relax and focus on more important things.
Once we all came together, the situation began to change. We worked together like a well-oiled machine, guiding Tom toward his goal. I reminded him of all his past successes, of the times when he overcame difficulties, and when his friends and family supported him. These memories were like a powerful surge of energy that filled Tom with joy and confidence. I saw his face light up with a smile, and a sparkle appear in his eyes. It was amazing.
And I finally decided to use my power not for harm, but for good. Instead of sowing panic, I began helping Tom to be more attentive to details. I nudged him to focus on the text, on pronouncing the words correctly, on his tone. This helped him avoid mistakes and prepare as best as he could. I had to overcome my own fears, but I knew I was doing it for his benefit.
When the moment of truth came, and Tom walked onto that stage, I knew that all our hard work had paid off. He walked with such confidence that all his fears just disappeared. I made him feel the power within himself. I gave him the determination he needed, and he performed like a true hero. No one in the audience dared to doubt his abilities. All his doubts and fears were conquered, and he got a taste of victory.
And of course, I made sure that Tom looked his best. Before the presentation, he adjusted his tie, smoothed his hair. He felt confident. And it showed. While his appearance didn't define him completely, the confidence he drew from looking his best gave him an extra boost. It was a crucial moment, and I was proud to have helped him with that.
When the presentation ended and the room erupted in applause, we all felt an incredible sense of relief and joy inside Tom. This was our collective success, our victory. Not only did Tom successfully accomplish his task, but he also found the confidence that will support him throughout his life. And for us, it was yet another proof that when we work together, we can overcome any obstacle. We can help anyone if we act as one.
And I finally decided to use my power not for harm, but for good. Instead of sowing panic, I began helping Tom to be more attentive to details. I nudged him to focus on the text, on pronouncing the words correctly, on his tone. This helped him avoid mistakes and prepare as best as he could. I had to overcome my own fears, but I knew I was doing it for his benefit.
And I learned that even anger can be a driving force if used wisely. We helped Tom become stronger, and that was our shared achievement.
I understood that self-confidence begins with inner harmony. We helped Tom find that harmony, and now he can walk through life with confidence, knowing that his worth isn't defined by his appearance, but by who he truly is.
That's how our story with Tom ended. We helped him, and he showed us how important it is to be there for those who need support. And you know what? This was one of our best missions. We proved to ourselves and to Tom that together we can do anything. And now we're ready for new adventures. It's time for a new story. Let's travel to a small town where a boy named Max lived. Max loved adventures, but he had one problem. He was very afraid of the dark. Every night when darkness fell, Max would hide under his blanket and try to fall asleep as quickly as possible. But one evening, in an especially dark night. Max heard a soft whisper outside his window. It was his old friend, a firefly, who had come to him with a very important mission. "Max," said the firefly, "the darkness isn't as scary as you think. There are many wonders in the dark that can only be seen at night. Come with me, and I'll show you the world in a new light." Max was a little scared at first, but then he remembered that he always wanted to know what was hidden in the night's darkness. He put on his jacket and followed the firefly. Together they went through the forest, where the trees looked magical in the moonlight, saw glowing flowers, and met other nocturnal creatures. From that night on, Max was no longer afraid of the dark because he understood that it, too, could be beautiful and amazing.
Guys, thanks for watching our story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like it, and click on the bell so that you don't miss new videos. And also, write in the comments what story you want to hear next. See you in the next issues.
Hi, my beloved viewers. I'm so happy to see you all here. Welcome to the cutest, most exciting, and of course, the fluffiest game, Doge Head Escape. Oh, you have no idea how amazing this is going to be. We're going to save tiny little kittens who have been locked in cages by evil dogs. These adorable little fluff balls are waiting for us, and we absolutely have to rescue them. Just imagine how wonderful it will be to open the cages, free these precious babies, and then carry them to the big cat waiting for them. It's so exciting! Oh, I can't wait to get started. But wait just a minute. Before we dive into this grand adventure, make sure to subscribe to our channel. It's super important. The more of us there are, the more energy we'll have to save all the kittens. And of course, smash that like button if you love fluffy kittens as much as I do. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on all the upcoming missions and fun moments. I'm sure we're going to become an awesome team of rescuers. Everything's going to be amazing, guys. So subscribe and like right now.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Joy makes it all sound so fun, but I'm a little scared. You see, the game Doge Head Escape isn't just a fun game. The kittens, they're really in trouble. Those evil dogs have locked them up in cages. I don't know what they might do next, but it's definitely not good. And we have to rescue them. But it's not going to be as easy as it seems. The game is full of traps, guard dogs, and they can spot us at any moment. We'll need to be very careful. You see, if we don't make it, or if we get caught, then the kittens will stay in the cages. And that's terrible. So please, be very cautious and attentive when you play. We have to plan everything ahead so that nothing goes wrong. Oh, and it would be really great if you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, it's really important because that way you can stay updated on all the new videos. And if something goes wrong, at least you'll know how to fix it and maybe give us a like if you really like it. And the notification bell, don't forget, just in case, to stay informed.
Oh, come on. There's nothing to be scared of. Guys, let's just have fun on this adventure. We're all in this together, and we're going to nail it. Saving kittens is such an amazing experience. Just imagine how you'll outsmart those evil dogs, find the keys, and open the cages. And then, carry those sweet little fluff balls back to their big cat, and they'll be so happy to finally be free. And you'll be the heroes who helped them. Isn't that awesome? Oh, and I almost forgot. If you want more people to know about our adventures and join us in saving these adorable creatures, make sure to subscribe right now. The more of us there are, the faster we'll rescue all the kittens. And of course, hit that like button for this video. That way, we'll know you love saving animals. And don't forget about the notification bell because we have so many more missions and exciting games ahead.
Well, yeah. Probably. But you see, guys, we can't just rush in. We have to be careful. There are evil dogs guarding the cages, and if we make a mistake, everything could go wrong. I'm afraid that something might go off plan. Imagine if they spot us and catch us. The kittens might get hurt. So I want you all to be super, super careful. Every move you make has to be well thought out. If you mess up, well, it might be hard to go back and fix everything. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because if something goes wrong in this game, We can all analyze it together and figure out how to save all the kittens next time. And if you're feeling like you enjoy this rescue process, that you really want to help the kittens, hit the like button, but only if you're sure, and the notification bell. Hit it to stay up to date, just in case. You don't want to miss any important updates.
Story will be about how joy, anxiety, anger, and disgust found themselves in Max's head as he prepared for a prestigious cooking competition. Each of them helped him handle this important event in their own way. I'm so thrilled to be here helping Max prepare for this amazing cooking competition. This is a fantastic opportunity for him to showcase his culinary skills and gain recognition. We decided to make the preparation process as enjoyable and positive as possible. I suggested that Max play his favorite music and dance while he cooks. We picked out recipes that are not only delicious, but also visually appealing to impress the judges. When we started cooking, I made sure Max felt inspired and joyful. We even did a few creative tasks, like presenting the dishes in unique shapes, which added some fun to the process. Look at him smile and enjoy the cooking. It's so important to be in a good mood when doing something important. It helps to handle any difficulties and perform better.
Oh, I just can't calm down. These cooking competitions can be really challenging. We need to be ready for everything. I keep reminding Max of the importance of meticulous preparation. We reviewed the recipes several times to make sure everything was correct and discussed potential issues that might arise. I suggested he create a detailed plan of action so that each step of the cooking process goes smoothly. We also made a list of all the necessary ingredients and equipment to ensure nothing is forgotten. Every step matters, and even small details can have a big impact on the result. We did a few test runs to see how all the ingredients behave and adjusted the recipes to his taste. I hope we can handle any surprises and that everything goes smoothly.
Why does everything always have to be so complicated? These recipes are full of little details that need to be followed, and it's so irritating. I can't stand it when things start to go off track. I insisted that Max focus only on the most important aspects of cooking and not get distracted by unnecessary details. We made a list of key steps that need to be completed to avoid wasting time on trivialities. I also specified which ingredients should and shouldn't be used. It's crucial for Max not to get frustrated by minor problems. We determined exactly what needed to be prepared and removed all the extra details that could be distracting. I hope this helps him stay focused and succeed without getting upset over every little thing.
Ugh! I can't stand looking at this mess in the kitchen. There are crumbs and leftover food everywhere, and it's absolutely disgusting. I insisted that Max clean up his kitchen before he started cooking. We organized all the ingredients and kitchen tools to keep everything clean and orderly. I suggested he get rid of old and unnecessary items, wash all the dishes, and clean the work surfaces. A clean kitchen isn't just pleasant, it's essential for staying focused without being distracted by dirt and unpleasant smells. Now everything looks much better, and Max can focus on preparing the dishes without interruptions. I hope this helps him be more organized and productive.
Look how everything has turned out for the better. Max really managed to overcome all the challenges and prepared stunning dishes. He was in an excellent mood and enjoyed the process, and it paid off. His dishes looked amazing and tasted delicious, and everyone was thrilled with his culinary creations. We did a few rehearsals and everything went smoothly. I'm so happy I was able to help Max maintain a positive attitude and confidence in his abilities. When everything goes according to plan and the results meet expectations, it's incredibly satisfying. It's wonderful to see when effort and hard work lead to such fantastic results. In the end, each of them played an important role in preparing Max for the cooking competition. Joy made the process more enjoyable and positive. Anxiety helped organize the details and prepare for potential problems. Anger focused on the main aspects and eliminated unnecessary details, and disgust cleaned up the kitchen. Together, they helped Max successfully participate in the competition and achieve excellent results. And the next story will be about how Joy found herself in Tom's head as he planned an unforgettable adventure for his younger brother's birthday. Tom had been thinking for a while about how to make his younger brother's birthday special. That's when Joy stepped in to help. Instead of a typical party, I suggested creating a real adventure in the park, filled with fun and surprises. First, we needed to choose a theme for the adventure. We decided on a treasure hunt quest. I suggested Tom make a treasure map that led to various stations with tasks and prizes. Each stage was decorated with bright colors and drawings to create the feel of a real adventure. We also organized several fun tasks, from finding hidden objects to solving riddles and completing silly challenges. Each completed task brought joy and a sense of accomplishment. I helped Tom plan and prepare small prizes for each stage to make them even more exciting. On the birthday itself, I was thrilled to see Tom's younger brother and his friends eagerly completing the tasks. Their faces lit up with happiness as they found clues and solved puzzles. I suggested Tom prepare a final surprise, a big gift hidden at the end of the quest to cap off the adventure on a high note. Well, our review has come to an end, and I'm so glad we could spend this time together. I hope you enjoyed our Easy Grow Obby mode. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your feedback is very important to us, and your likes and subscriptions help us keep creating these exciting videos for you. Also, if you have ideas for future videos or suggestions for modes, be sure to share them in the comments. We always love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Thank you for being with us, and see you soon in the next videos. Goodbye, friends! Hello, dear friends. I am Joy. And today, we will be playing Roblox in the mode Escape Carnival of Terror. Before we start, I'd like to ask you to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as well as leave a comment on which map we should play next. Let's begin the escape from this amusement park.
Yes, let's get started. Whoa, it's so hot in here.
Oh, look, a red balloon.
A red balloon? It's not just a balloon, it's a sign of danger. What if it's a trap or a symbol of some evil clown?
Anxiety, you're worrying too much. It's just a balloon. We're here to help Tim get through the game, not to get scared at every step.
But what if there's something behind that balloon? We need to be cautious, or we might get into trouble.
All right. We'll be cautious, but let's not panic over every little thing. Tim is strong. He can handle any challenges.
Just look down there. Those are some kind of teeth or fangs. It looks really disgusting, and that's probably why there's such an unpleasant smell here. We need to be extra careful not to fall onto those fangs.
Wow, that's a huge fire. I've never seen flames that big before. Tim, be careful not to get burned, or you'll end up looking like a piece of charcoal.
That's not even big. I see flames like that on my head every day when everyone annoys me.
Ugh, just look at this place. All these traps and dangers look horrible. Who even thought of creating such a disgusting room?
Wow, this is incredible. There's so much going on here. I think Tim will have fun overcoming all these traps.
Fun? Are you serious? It's dirty and dangerous here with all these nasty traps everywhere. One wrong step and he could be in big trouble.
Well, you're right. It does look dangerous. But just imagine how proud Tim will be when he gets through all this. He can do it, especially with us here to help him.
I just hope he doesn't have to touch anything gross. These spikes and mud pits are a nightmare.
Let's support him and help him stay focused. If we stay positive, Tim can handle any challenge. Go, Tim!
Wow, what a huge tower. We need to climb it to move forward, but it looks rusty and unstable. What if we fall? What if one of those pipes collapses and we fall back down? It would hurt Tim a lot.
Don't worry, Anxiety. Everything will be fine. Even our boy Tim doesn't weigh enough to break the platform. Plus, we're almost at the top.
These thin pipes look really unstable. What if one of them breaks under Tim's weight? We could fall and get injured.
And not just that. Look how dirty and rusty those pipes are. And the smell is awful. I don't even want to touch them.
Yes. And what if he touches something unpleasant or filthy? It could be dangerous and gross. I'm scared this could end badly.
I'm scared too, but if we don't move, we won't get through. I hope Tim will be careful and avoid stepping on anything disgusting.
Maybe we can find another way to get across? These pipes look very risky. I hope everything will be all right.
If we can't find another path, we'll have to use these. But we need to make sure Tim is as careful as possible to avoid touching those dirty pipes.
I want to tell you about the time Tim went on his first camping trip. It was such an exciting adventure. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and the air was filled with the scent of pine trees. Tim was all set with his backpack, ready to explore the great outdoors. We could feel the thrill of the adventure right from the start.
Yeah, but it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The first thing that went wrong was when Tim tried to set up the tent. Those instructions were ridiculous. They made no sense at all. I was ready to tear that tent apart. Tim struggled with it for what felt like hours, and I could feel my blood boiling, but we managed to get it up eventually.
You don't even remind me about that tent. It was old and musty, and there were bugs everywhere. The campsite wasn't much better, with muddy spots and weird smells all around. And when Tim tried to cook dinner over the campfire, he ended up with burnt marshmallows and half-cooked hot dogs. It was all so gross. I just wanted to get out of there.
Oh, and the night. That was the worst part for me. Every little sound outside the tent made me jump. What if there were wild animals lurking around? What if the fire went out and we were left in complete darkness? I kept imagining all sorts of terrible scenarios. Tim tried to reassure me by saying it was just the wind or harmless forest creatures, but I couldn't help worrying.
But in the end, we made it through the night. When morning came, the forest looked magical in the early light. Tim even found a beautiful stream nearby, where he skipped stones and enjoyed the peaceful sound of the water. We had our ups and downs, but that camping trip turned out to be an unforgettable experience. It taught Tim a lot about resilience and enjoying nature, despite the challenges. And we were there with him every step of the way, helping him navigate the adventure. And before starting the next story, I would like to ask you to like and subscribe to the channel.
Now we're going to tell you a story about how Tim went skating for the first time.
It was such an exciting day. The ice was smooth and sparkling, and we all felt that this was going to be an amazing adventure. Tim was determined to learn how to skate and enjoy every moment on the rink.
Yeah, but nothing went smoothly. At first, Tim kept falling, and I was furious. Those skates were so uncomfortable, and the ice was slicker than ever. I wanted to smash that rink to pieces. How can you enjoy skating when you're constantly falling?
And not just that. The ice was dirty with bits of snow and even some gum. Imagine how disgusting it was to fall on that ice. And when Tim tried to get up, his hands touched all that filth. I just couldn't stand it.
And every fall made me even more nervous. What if Tim seriously injured himself? What if he hit his head? It felt like something bad was happening with every step he took. I was terrified that the day would end in the hospital.
But you know what? Tim didn't give up. He got up again and again, despite all the falls and difficulties. And by the end of the day, he was skating much more confidently. He even made a few laps around the rink without falling. It was incredible to see how his perseverance and determination paid off. We were all so proud of him.
Yeah, he did it in the end, but that doesn't mean I'll forget how many times he fell. Those skates still piss me off.
I'm glad he stopped falling into that filth. It was horrible.
And I'm glad it all ended well. Tim showed that even when it's scary and tough, you can overcome your fears and learn something new. He's amazing.
Exactly. It was an unforgettable day, full of emotions and challenges. But in the end, Tim proved to himself that he could handle any difficulty, and we were there to support him every step of the way. It was such a wonderful day. The sun was shining, the pools were filled with crystal clear water, and there were so many slides and attractions around. Tim was thrilled and couldn't wait to try everything.
Yeah, but I wasn't too happy. The first slide we went to was closed. I was furious. How can you go to a water park and not find a working slide? It's just absurd. But Tim insisted on trying the other slides.
And not just that, in some pools, the water was cold and smelled like chlorine. Ew! I just couldn't stand that smell. And when we went to the wave pool, there were some leaves and trash in the water. It was disgusting.
The scariest thing for me was the tall slides. What if Tim didn't hold on and fell? What if someone accidentally pushed him? It seemed like every slide was a danger. I was constantly worried about him.
But Tim was determined. He went down the tallest slide and screamed with excitement. He swam through the artificial waves and laughed as he was tossed up and down. He even tried the water trampoline and managed to jump really high. We were all so happy to see him enjoying every moment.
Well, he did well, but I'm still mad about that closed slide. I hope everything works properly next time.
I'm glad he had fun, but I felt out of place the whole time. I hope the water is cleaner and without that awful smell next time.
And I'm glad everything ended well. Tim showed that he could overcome his fears and enjoy the adventure. He's really amazing.
Exactly. It was an amazing day full of fun and new experiences. Tim proved that even in the most challenging situations, you can find joy and enjoyment. And we were there to support him every step of the way. I want to tell you about the time Tim baked a pie for the first time. It was such a fun day. The kitchen was filled with the aroma of fresh apples and cinnamon, and the whole atmosphere was brimming with the anticipation of something delicious. Tim was so excited and couldn't wait to taste his first homemade pie.
Oh, sure, it was fun, especially when flour ended up everywhere except in the bowl. I was furious. How can you be so clumsy? And the eggs. How do you crack eggs and get shells in the batter? It's just absurd. But Tim didn't give up and kept trying.
And not just that. The whole process was so messy and sticky. I couldn't stand how the dough stuck to his hands, and then he had to clean it all up. And when he added too much cinnamon, I just couldn't bear the smell. It was disgusting.
The whole baking process was a real trial for me. What if the pie burned? What if the dough didn't bake properly? It felt like every minute was filled with danger. I was constantly worried about him.
Well, it's time to wrap up the story and say goodbye. I hope you've liked the video and subscribed to the channel. It really helps us and Tim. Goodbye for now, and see you next time. Hello, friends! We're so happy you joined us today. We've got a lot of exciting stuff prepared for you, and we're sure you'll love it.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new adventures. Give us a like so we know you enjoy what we're doing.
Hey, don't waste time. Subscribe to the channel and hit those likes. We're working hard for you, and it's the only way to support us. So come on, do it now.
Yeah, and don't forget to leave a comment. It's important for us to know what you liked or what you'd like to see next.
Well, let's get started. Today, our boy Tim will be playing Roblox in the Escape Toby's Hospital mode.
Oh, a hospital. I hope it won't be too scary. I always get nervous in places like this.
A hospital, huh? Tim can handle anything that comes his way. Let's see how he gets out of this mess.
I hope it's clean there, and there won't be any dirty corridors or filthy instruments. So shall we begin?
Great! We found the key. Tim, let's hurry and open that door. We're almost out of here.
Oh no, the doctor is right behind us. Tim, please be careful and don't drop the key. We need to move quickly.
Run faster, Tim. That doctor won't catch us if you keep up the pace. We won't let him get to us.
I can hear his heavy breathing. Tim, get that door open now. I can't stand the thought of him getting any closer.
This is kind of fun, isn't it? Crawling through the vents feels like we're on a secret mission. Tim, you're doing great.
I don't know, Joy. It's so cramped in here, and we don't know what's ahead. What if there are traps or something worse?
Stop worrying, Anxiety. Tim can handle it. He's been through worse. Just keep moving forward and we'll be out of here in no time.
I hope this vent doesn't get any grosser. I can already feel the dust sticking to my skin. Ugh, this is so disgusting.
Hey, look. I think I see a way out just ahead. We'll be in a new room in no time. Stay positive, everyone.
Oh no, we're here. What's that smell? It's getting stronger. I have a bad feeling about this.
Great, what now? More obstacles? Tim, get ready. We can't afford to slow down.
Look at those pipes. Green slime is oozing out of them. This is a nightmare. Tim, you'll have to jump on those blocks to get across. Just don't touch the slime.
We have an incredible story for you about how Tim ended up on a thrilling treasure hunt on a mysterious island. It all started when Tim found an ancient map in an old library. The map marked the way to a legendary treasure hidden on the enigmatic island. Tim was absolutely thrilled at the idea of going on this adventure.
Oh, absolutely! But it wasn't just about finding the treasure. The island was full of traps and dangers. Tim faced off against nasty sea monsters and evil pirates. One of the toughest moments was when he had to cross a bridge made of creaky planks. Tim kept stumbling and falling into the water. It was definitely not an easy challenge.
I was so worried too. Tim was constantly in danger. In the dark depths of the cave where he was searching for the treasure, he couldn't find his way out. I was afraid he might get lost or fall into some trap. But he showed such determination and managed to find an ancient mechanism that revealed secret passages.
And those creepy caves. They were full of muck, mold, and horrifying spiders that made even me shudder. Tim kept stepping in sticky slime, and the horrid smell filled the cave. It was clear that it wasn't easy for him, but he kept going despite all the disgust.
And finally, after all the hardships, Tim found the treasure. It was hidden in an ancient chest, and when he opened it, fireworks of precious gems exploded into the air. Tim was on cloud 9, and we were all so happy that he had overcome all the obstacles and found the treasure.
Yes, and I must admit he showed incredible willpower. Even though I'm not thrilled that everything went so smoothly for him, he deserves praise for handling those horrible trials.
It was a tense journey, and I'm glad it ended well. Tim proved that even in the scariest situations, you can find a way out.
Yes, although it was frightening and disgusting, Tim managed to overcome all the challenges. And perhaps those unpleasant experiences made his adventure even more exciting.
In the end, Tim returned home full of new experiences and stories. And although the journey was tough, he proved that with determination and bravery, you can overcome any obstacle. I hope you enjoyed this story. Get ready for another exciting story about Tim's adventure in a fantastical realm. This time, Tim found himself in a magical land where he had to compete in a grand tournament to save the Enchanted Kingdom. The tournament had all kinds of incredible challenges, from dragon racing to wizard duels. Tim was beyond thrilled to prove himself in such a magical setting.
Oh, the tournament wasn't all rainbows and butterflies. Tim had to face off against some of the most ruthless competitors. There was a particularly nasty sorcerer who constantly tried to sabotage Tim's efforts. Tim was furious when his dragon was tampered with and almost lost the race. It was infuriating to see how low some people can go just to win.
I was on edge the whole time. The stakes were incredibly high, and one mistake could mean disaster. Tim had to navigate through a labyrinth filled with hidden traps and mystical beasts. There were moments when I feared he might get trapped or face a dangerous creature that could end his quest. Every turn seemed like it could be his last.
And the conditions in the labyrinth were just dreadful. The walls were covered in slimy moss, and the air was thick with a foul stench. Not to mention the creepy crawlies and the occasional burst of foul-smelling gas that made the whole experience just revolting. Tim had to wade through muck and fight off disgusting critters while trying to stay focused.
Despite all the challenges, Tim's perseverance paid off. He managed to navigate through the labyrinth, beat the sorcerer in the final duel, and win the grand prize, a magical artifact that could restore peace to the kingdom. Tim's excitement was through the roof when he realized he had saved the realm and achieved his goal.
It was satisfying to see Tim triumph over those who tried to bring him down. Even though it was a hard-fought victory, Tim showed that determination and courage can overcome even the nastiest obstacles.
I'm relieved that everything turned out well in the end. Tim's bravery and quick thinking saved the day. The tension was immense, but he handled it all with incredible skill.
As much as I hated the nasty conditions and the gross encounters, I have to give Tim credit for pushing through. His ability to endure the disgusting aspects of the quest and still come out on top was truly impressive.
And that's the story of Tim's magical tournament adventure. He proved once again that no matter how challenging or disgusting the situation, with determination and a positive spirit, you can achieve greatness. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the story. Today, we're going to tell you an incredible story about how we, joy, anger, anxiety, and disgust, used to be in the mind of a criminal. Yes, it's true. We were part of his mind and helped him turn his life around. It all started many years ago when this criminal was just beginning his path.
Yeah, it was something. We were all filled with rage and hatred, and honestly, it was quite an unpleasant time. This criminal was furious, and I was the main source of his anger. He constantly directed his rage at others, which of course led him to a lot of problems.
On the other hand, I was there to remind him of all the possible dangers and consequences of his actions. My anxiety and fear often spilled over to him, making his life even more stressful. I was always in his head, highlighting how risky and dangerous everything was.
I can't forget how I filled his mind with repulsive thoughts. He was full of disgust towards the world around him, and that didn't help his mood at all. He only saw the bad in everything, which just made things worse.
But everything changed one fine day. At some point, he started to realize that this life wasn't bringing him happiness. I began to remind him that joy and satisfaction could be found outside of this darkness. We started working together to guide him on the right path.
Yeah, I admit it wasn't easy. He had to deal with my anger and learn to control it, but in the end, he learned to use it for positive purposes. He began fighting for justice instead of spreading chaos.
I also helped him by showing that fear and anxiety could be used to avoid real threats and make thoughtful decisions. I taught him that sometimes dangers can be prevented by taking the right measures.
And I played my part too. I helped him see that disgust and aversion could be overcome, and that it's important to strive for cleanliness and order. He learned to appreciate the good things in life and stopped focusing on what disgusted him.
In the end, we all helped him change his life. Now he lives an honest life, helps others, and has found his place in society. We are proud that we were able to help him become the best version of himself.
Yes, I'm glad he realized that anger isn't the path to happiness. He learned to use his energy for something good.
And I'm happy that his fear and anxiety now help him avoid real dangers rather than creating them.
And I'm glad he was able to overcome his negative feelings and find joy in life.
So, friends, that's the story. Even the darkest and most negative thoughts can be transformed into something good. It's never too late to change your life for the better. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our story.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. Remember, even when things get tough, you've got the power to make a change.
And if you ever feel overwhelmed, just take a deep breath and think things through. You've got this.
Don't forget to keep things clean and stay true to yourself. It's the little things that make a big difference.
Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed our time together. Your support really helps.
Goodbye for now. Remember, keep striving for the best.
Bye, everyone. Hey, friends. We're back together again, and today we have a real challenge ahead of us. We're going to try to escape from the creepy Mr. Nightmare's school. This is going to be an incredibly thrilling adventure, and I can't wait to get started. But before we dive into this spooky atmosphere, I want to remind you how important your support is. Every like you give us is like a ray of light in this dark place, helping us move forward and overcome every obstacle.
Guys, this school is a real nightmare come true. You have no idea how crucial your involvement is. Likes and subscriptions aren't just empty clicks. They give us the strength to fight and push on when everything seems hopeless. So don't hold back. Support us, and we'll show Mr. Nightmare what we're made of.
I'm so worried for Tim. This school is full of traps and dangers, and I'm terrified just thinking about what could happen if we miss something. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single moment. With every subscription, there's a chance someone else will see this video and help with advice in the comments. And with notifications turned on, you won't miss a single detail of our adventure.
Ugh, I can already sense how much dirt and nastiness awaits us ahead. But you know what will help me not feel so grossed out? Your comments. Share your thoughts on our playthrough, give tips on how to avoid traps, and just share what's on your mind. And let's keep it positive. Only good vibes and helpful advice, okay? No rudeness, just friendliness and support.
Yes, everyone. Together, we can get through Mr. Nightmare's school. Your likes, subscriptions, and comments are what make our adventures possible. We love sharing the most exciting moments with you, and with your support, we'll be doing it even more often and better. Let's make this episode unforgettable. Right now, our boy Tim is lifting some very heavy boxes to get to the top. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff waiting for us up there.
I don't think there's anything interesting waiting for us up there. I think there's a lot of dangerous and difficult things ahead. I'm so worried about Tim. What if he can't handle it? What if he gets hurt on some sharp metal edges?
Don't panic! Tim has handled tougher things than this. He'll get through this level with ease.
I think we're in for a lot of dirty, disgusting, and unpleasant things ahead. And also...
Let's not worry and get anxious. To distract ourselves, let's tell stories to our favorite viewers.
Yes, I agree.
Story will be about how Tim ended up in a parallel world where everything is reversed. One day, Tim stumbled upon a strange door in an old abandoned building. Thinking it might be something exciting, he opened it and found a glowing portal. He stepped through and found himself in a parallel world where everything was upside down. The sky was beneath him, and people walked on the ceiling. Oh, Tim, this is incredible. We're in such an amazing world where everything is upside down and looks completely different. Can you imagine how thrilling it is to see the world from this unusual perspective? We can walk on ceilings and see clouds under our feet. Every corner of this world is full of wonders, and I can't wait to discover what's next. Everything feels so unique and exciting. With every new step, my heart fills with joy and delight as we experience this fantastic adventure together. And you know what's the most amazing part? Here, we can see familiar things in a completely new light. For instance, how clouds flow across the ceiling, how rivers run along walls, and how we walk on the upper floors of buildings while the buildings themselves seem to float in the air. It's like we've entered a world of fantasies and dreams where the boundaries of the ordinary and extraordinary are blurred. I'm ready to explore every corner of this world, and I'm sure there are thrilling discoveries ahead.
Honestly, I was a bit annoyed when I saw that everything was upside down and completely different from what we're used to. But you know what? It's actually better. It's like a challenge that's worth taking. This strange, reversed environment makes our journey even more thrilling. We can use this oddity to our advantage and find ways to overcome all the obstacles in our path. Let everything be reversed. It only adds excitement and drive to our adventure. We'll stick together and tackle any challenges that come our way. Yes, it might seem that everything is difficult and unfamiliar, but that's what makes our adventure so thrilling. Every step is a challenge. Every obstacle is a chance to show our skill and ingenuity. We won't let these strange conditions stop us. In the end, overcoming difficulties only adds adrenaline and makes the victory even sweeter. So let's go, despite all the inverted things and unusual conditions.
All this looks pretty frightening. We're in a completely unfamiliar world, and I can't help but worry about what might be waiting for us. What if there are hidden dangers we don't know about? We don't understand how this gravity works, and what might happen if we're not careful. I really don't like the thought of stumbling into something dangerous or ending up in an unpleasant situation. I hope we can find a way back home safely and not get hurt along the way. Every move we make here could have unexpected consequences. I'm anxious about the possibility of running into some trap or ending up in a situation we can't get out of. Our usual landmarks don't work here anymore, and that makes everything so unpredictable. I can't stop worrying about what might happen if we're not careful. We need to be cautious and act carefully to avoid anything truly dangerous.
I don't like how everything looks here. Everything is reversed and strange, and it's making me feel disgusted. This world seems dirty and unpleasant. I don't like that we'll have to walk on ceilings and view everything from such an unusual angle. I hope there's nothing too disgusting that we can't handle. Everything seems not only strange, but also really off-putting. I hope we find a way out quickly and return to a cleaner and more familiar world. And the entire reversed world looks like it hasn't been cleaned in ages. Dust and dirt hanging from the ceiling, as if someone forgot about cleaning. It's just unpleasant to see how untidy everything is and how we have to walk through these unappealing areas. It all seems not only strange, but truly repulsive. I hope we find a way out quickly and get back to a more orderly and familiar place.
Tim continued his journey through the reversed world, exploring its peculiarities and trying to adapt to the new conditions. Each of his inner friends experienced their emotions about what was happening, making the adventure even more interesting and challenging. And what will the next story be about? You will hear for yourself. Now, I'm so excited to tell you about how Tim recently met a group of amazing robot explorers. These robots are true adventurers, traveling across Earth and studying everything around them. When Tim first encountered them, his eyes lit up with excitement. He was amazed at how the robots gathered information about people and nature using their advanced technology. He immediately felt part of something grand and thrilling. Their mission isn't just about collecting data, but understanding our world better, exploring every detail, and uncovering hidden secrets. Tim was thrilled by the chance to be part of such an incredible journey. It was a real adventure filled with emotions and amazing discoveries.
But as you might expect, not everything went smoothly. Despite their advanced technology, these robots faced many challenges. Sometimes the robots made mistakes, which caused frustration. For example, there was a time when their research led to incorrect conclusions, and Tim and his new friends found themselves in a tricky situation that required immediate resolution. This really angered Tim because he had to fix problems caused by technical glitches or incorrect data. Yet, it was during these moments that Tim showed his true character and ability to handle challenges. These trials, though stressful, allowed Tim to learn a lot about himself and the importance of staying calm and finding solutions even in the toughest situations.
I can't help but worry for Tim when he found himself in such a complex situation. The robot explorers, although smart and well prepared, could still face unforeseen dangers. I always felt anxious when Tim and his new friends encountered unexpected problems, like technical failures or complex conditions that required quick decisions. These moments created real anxiety for me because I feared Tim might end up in a difficult situation from which it would be hard to escape. But I believe that with his determination and the support of the robots, he will be able to overcome all challenges and continue his thrilling journey.
I also have to mention that Tim and the robots might have encountered some not-so-pleasant moments on their path. For instance, in some areas where they conducted their research, the conditions were not the cleanest or most comfortable. Tim had to deal with dirt, unpleasant smells, and even some disgusting creatures. These moments caused me a feeling of disgust, and I could imagine how Tim must have felt discomfort in such situations. But despite this, he continued his journey with resilience and determination. It was important not only to handle the unpleasantness, but to maintain a positive attitude despite all the difficulties and discomfort.
Unfortunately, I have to interrupt this story as it's time to say goodbye. We'll finish this story in one of the upcoming videos. To make sure you don't miss it, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Oh, how quickly time has flown by. We've only just started our exciting journey with the wandering robots, and it's already time to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed exploring the planet with us.
Yes, and don't forget that there's still so much more interesting stuff ahead. We'll definitely continue our adventure in the next video. So don't miss out on the continuation. Subscribe to our channel.
And please, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. I always worry that you might miss our new videos and that you'll support us. So, make sure to hit the bell icon to stay updated on all our new content.
Also, leave your comments. We always appreciate your feedback. Just try to avoid any harshness to keep the mood pleasant. Your opinions matter to us.
Goodbye, friends. Hello, dear friends. I am Joy, and today we will be playing Roblox in the mode Escape Mr. Funny's Toy Shop.
Hello, I am Anxiety. I heard that this mode is very scary. I hope our boy Tim is not easily frightened and can handle this challenge.
And to help Tim get through this challenge, let's all support him together. To help him, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with your support for Tim. It really helps him a lot.
It seems to me that I heard some laughter. Tim, go check it out. I think that sound came from the other corridor.
Yes, I also heard a very strange and frightening noise. Tim, be careful.
Whoa, what happened here? Everything is turned over and knocked down. I think this is not a very good sign.
Don't worry so much, Anxiety. Our Tim has already overcome many challenges and obstacles. I'm sure he will manage this one too.
These pipes look quite dangerous. They are small and easy to fall off. Just don't look down and it won't be so scary.
I see a lever over there. I think it needs to be pulled down to open the passage forward.
What if the lever is a trap? Tim, be careful!
It wasn't a trap after all, Disgust. Some platforms have risen. I think we need to jump across them to proceed.
I think danger awaits us after the stairs. I am very scared. I believe we'll encounter the one who caused the chaos in the main room. Wait, why did the gates close behind us and the lights go out? This is a very, very bad sign.
Don't worry, Anxiety. If something goes wrong and Tim struggles, I'll roast him on the biggest bonfire you've ever seen. Tim won't be left in trouble.
Ah! Someone very frightening is chasing us. It's definitely the one who caused the chaos in the main room. Just look at his walk. His legs are wobbling. It seems he was never taught to walk properly as a child and was bullied, which is why he became so angry.
Despite his awkward walk, he's very fast, but Tim has always been quicker than the rest. I believe he'll manage to escape this time too.
Tim, stop and hit him in the legs. I think that will make him fall, and you'll be able to run further away from him.
Tim, don't listen to him. If you stop, he'll definitely do something to you. Keep running as fast as you can.
Maybe he wants to be friends?
Of course not, Joy. Just look at him. If he wanted to be friends, he wouldn't be chasing us with such a scary face. Plus, he could have told us he wanted to be friends. Yuck. He's so disgusting.
These bars are not very reassuring. Look ahead. The mesh has fallen off completely.
Tim has managed to get past the bars, but listen carefully. There are some familiar sounds ahead.
Those are the sounds of the game Red Light, Green Light. I've seen it somewhere before, but I forgot the exact details. However, I remember the rules. You need to move when it's green light and stay still when it's red light. If you move during red light, something very bad will happen to you.
Tim is almost through this game, which means it's time for us to tell stories. Now, let's tell the story of how Tim went fishing for the first time. Once upon a time, Tim decided to go fishing for the first time. It was a bright, sunny day, perfect for an adventure. Tim had always been curious about fishing, so we, his inner voices, were excited to help him make the most of this experience. As Tim arrived at the lake, his eyes sparkled with anticipation. He set up his fishing rod with a sense of wonder, and I, Joy, couldn't help but cheer him on. "Look at him go!" I exclaimed. "He's doing great so far. This is going to be so much fun. Just imagine all the joy and excitement when he catches his first fish."
But as Tim prepared to cast his line, anxiety crept in. Oh no, what if he doesn't catch anything? What if the fish aren't biting? What if he gets bored or frustrated? What if something goes wrong with the fishing gear? I worried, watching Tim with concern. He might face some challenges, and I hope.
Anger, wasn't too pleased with the situation either. "Why does fishing have to be so complicated?" I grumbled. "Why can't things just be easy? Why does Tim have to deal with tangled lines and slippery fish? It's so annoying when things don't go perfectly." But even though I was frustrated, I knew it was important to support Tim through the challenges. "He has to learn to deal with these obstacles," I said, "but it's definitely not fair that it's so difficult."
Disgusted by the messiness of fishing, I looked at the bait with distaste. Ugh, look at that slimy worm. Why does fishing have to involve such gross things? The smell and the texture are just awful, I complained. But Tim is trying his best despite the unpleasant aspects. We need to support him through this, even if it's really disgusting. Even though the fishing experience was quite disgusting, seeing Tim's happiness made it a bit more bearable. I suppose it's worth it if he's happy. Maybe the next time won't be so gross. We just need to get through the icky parts to enjoy the success. In the end, it was a memorable day for Tim, filled with challenges and triumphs. And despite all our different feelings, we were all proud of how he handled his first fishing adventure.
I had to admit, seeing Tim catch the fish made me a bit less frustrated. All right, I guess he handled the complications well. Even though it was annoying at times, he managed to overcome the challenges. Maybe fishing isn't so bad after all.
Even though Tim succeeded, I still had some lingering worries. I hope he's careful with the fish and the equipment, and I hope he doesn't get too disheartened if things don't go as smoothly next time. But he did really well today, and that's what matters.
Despite the worries, frustrations, and unpleasantness, Tim kept trying. And guess what? He finally felt a tug on his line. His face lit up with pure joy as he reeled in his very first fish. "Look at that! He did it!" I cheered. All our support and patience paid off. Tim has caught his first fish, and it's a moment he'll always remember with a big smile. Before we start the next story, I'd like to ask you to subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss Tim's new adventures.
The story will be about how Tim learned to make wooden crafts.
Once upon a time, Tim decided he wanted to learn how to make wooden crafts. It was an exciting new adventure for him, and I, Joy, was thrilled to be part of it. The day started with Tim eagerly gathering his materials, wood, tools, and paint. "Look at him go!" I cheered. "He's so enthusiastic and ready to create something amazing. This is going to be a fun and rewarding experience for him." Tim carefully followed the instructions for his first project, a small wooden birdhouse. As he measured, cut, and assembled the pieces, I couldn't help but feel delighted. He's doing such a great job. Just imagine how happy he'll be when he finishes his first craft. This is a fantastic way for him to express his creativity and skill.
But as Tim continued his project, anxiety began to worry. What if he makes a mistake with the measurements? What if the pieces don't fit together properly? What if he gets frustrated when things don't go as planned? I fretted, watching Tim with concern. There's so much that can go wrong with woodworking. I hope he stays patient and doesn't get too discouraged if things don't turn out perfectly.
Anger, was getting frustrated with some of the challenges Tim faced. "Why does it have to be so complicated?" I grumbled. "The tools are difficult to handle, and the instructions are confusing. It's so annoying when things don't work out easily." Despite my frustration, I knew it was important to support Tim through these obstacles. He has to learn to deal with these challenges, I said. But it's definitely not fair that it's so hard.
Disgusted by the messiness of the project, I grimaced as Tim worked. Ugh, look at all the sawdust and the sticky glue. Why does woodworking have to be so messy and unpleasant? The smell of the paint and the texture of the wood are just gross, I complained. But even though it's really unpleasant, Tim is putting in a lot of effort. We need to support him through this, even if it's quite disgusting.
Despite the worries, frustrations, and unpleasantness, Tim persevered. His dedication paid off as he completed his first wooden birdhouse. "Look at that! He did it!" I cheered. "He's finished his craft, and it looks fantastic." All our support and encouragement helped him get through the challenges. He's so proud of his work, and it's such a joy to see his hard work come to fruition.
Even though Tim succeeded, I still had some lingering concerns. I hope he's careful with the tools in the future and doesn't get discouraged by any mistakes he might make. Woodworking can be tricky, but he did really well today. I'm relieved he managed to finish his project successfully.
I had to admit, seeing Tim complete his birdhouse made me feel a bit less frustrated. All right, maybe it wasn't as easy as it seemed, and he handled the difficulties well. Even though it was annoying at times, he managed to overcome the challenges. Maybe woodworking isn't so bad after all.
Even though the woodworking project was quite messy and unpleasant, seeing Tim's satisfaction made it more tolerable. I suppose it's worth it if he's happy with his work. Maybe the next project won't be so gross. We just need to get through the messy parts to enjoy the success. In the end, Tim's experience with woodworking was a memorable one, filled with challenges and achievements. Despite all our different feelings, we were all proud of how he learned and succeeded in his new craft.
And so the stories come to an end. Tim has defeated the main boss and is nearing the end of the level. I believe that thanks to Tim's hard work, he's breezing through these stages. If you put in a little effort, like the video, and subscribe to the channel, it will make Tim very happy. Goodbye, everyone. Hello, dear friends. I'm Joy, and I'm so happy you're with us today.
Hey there, I'm Anger. Ready for something really exciting? We've got something special for you.
Hi, it's Anxiety. I hope you're all doing well. Today's adventure will be a bit tense, but we'll get through it together.
Hi, this is Disgust. I hope you're all ready for new challenges and interesting moments. Let's get started.
Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. It helps us keep doing what we love.
And leave comments so we know which adventures you like the most.
Yes, and share your thoughts. It's important for us to know what you think.
Ready? Then let's go. Let's start our adventure.
Today, Tim and I are going to play Roblox in the Escape Baby Bobby Daycare mode. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and very exciting.
Yeah, let's see if we can escape this daycare. It better be challenging.
I'm already feeling a bit nervous. Daycares can be full of surprises.
Let's just hope it's not too messy. I'm not a fan of sticky situations.
All right, let's get started and see what adventures await us.
Oh no, look at this huge room. And there are so many platforms to jump across. What if Tim misses and falls? These platforms are so small and far apart. What if he loses his balance? It's so scary. I don't know if he can do it.
Calm down. Tim can do this. He just needs to focus and be careful. It's a test of strength and endurance, and Tim will pass it. Stop doubting. If Tim gets nervous, he will definitely fall. He needs to stay focused and act confidently. We have to support him, not scare him, so let's cheer him on together.
You're right, Anger. It's just, I can't help worrying. I hope everything goes well. Okay, I'll try not to stress so much. Go, Tim, you can do it. We believe in you.
That's better. Hey, Tim, watch each platform carefully, take confident steps, and don't rush. You can do this. Imagine you're a hero overcoming all obstacles in your path. You got this. We believe in you.
Today we have an incredible story about Tim who accidentally found a magical flying skateboard. Yes, you heard it right. A skateboard that can fly. Tim was over the moon when he first soared through the air, and this was the start of his amazing adventure.
But joy was short-lived. As soon as Tim began using the skateboard, he ran into problems. Evil trolls appeared in town, wanting to steal the magical skateboard. They were a real threat. Tim and his friends had to fight to protect the skateboard from these nasty trolls.
Every time the trolls showed up, I was filled with worry. I always feared for Tim's safety. For instance, When the trolls captured one of Tim's friends, he had to carry out a dangerous rescue in underground catacombs. Every step was fraught with danger, and I was terrified at the thought of something bad happening.
I can't forget what Tim had to endure. When he sneaked into the troll's lair, he stumbled upon a disgusting swamp full of sticky, foul-smelling slime. The trolls lived in filth, and their lair was filled with unpleasant odors and revolting creatures. I was just appalled by what was happening.
But despite all the difficulties, Tim showed incredible courage and ingenuity. He used the magical skateboard to skillfully maneuver through obstacles and escape from the trolls. In the end, he managed to defeat the trolls and return the skateboard to its rightful place so no one else would be hurt.
Yes, Tim did it, but it was a real battle. The trolls not only wanted the skateboard, but also destroyed half the town. Every moment was filled with conflict and aggression.
But despite all the fears and worries, Tim and his friends managed to overcome. They learned to work together and use their strengths to tackle every challenge. It was very tense, but the outcome was worth it.
And even though the adventure was full of unpleasant moments, Tim showed that with determination and bravery, you can overcome any obstacle, no matter how awful.
So, kids, that was an amazing adventure. Thanks for spending this time with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on new stories and adventures of Tim. And the next story will be about Tim, who unexpectedly found himself in an incredible world where every day repeats over and over as if he had entered Groundhog Day. At first, it seemed amazing and fun, as Tim could do anything without worrying about the consequences.
But, as often happens, not everything was smooth. Tim quickly realized that each day repeated with small but annoying changes. Even simple things, like the order in his room or what he did in the morning, became a constant source of irritation. He tried to change his actions, but nothing could alter the fact that everything started from scratch again.
What worried me the most was that Tim didn't know when this endless day would end. Every time he thought he found a way to escape or change something, he woke up again on the same day. This created a huge sense of anxiety because he didn't know how to cope with the cycle.
And not only that. Every day Tim faced the same unpleasant things. The memories of having to clean dirty spots in the house or repeatedly tidy up things that were already cleaned were just disgusting. All of this made Tim's day even more unpleasant.
But despite all the difficulties, Tim found a way to use this strange situation to his advantage. He learned to make each thing better than before. He used every repetitive day to perfect his skills, help others, and have fun. It was amazing how he turned even the most ordinary moments into something special.
Even though he continued to face annoying repetitions, Tim learned to deal with it. He stopped getting angry at every little mishap and started using his new skills to overcome challenges.
I saw how Tim became more confident and calm despite the constant repetition of the day. He learned to manage his anxiety by focusing on his goals and trying not to worry about when it would all end.
And even though many things remained unpleasant, Tim learned to take lessons from them. He stopped complaining about dirty and disgusting things and began to see them from a new perspective. It was unexpected but still useful.
In the end, when Tim learned to find joy in every moment and used his experience to improve the lives of those around him, the Groundhog Day ended. He returned to normal time, but with new knowledge and skills that helped him handle any difficulty.
And although the path was long and irritating, Tim managed to overcome this challenge and became stronger.
I was so happy to see Tim learn to cope with anxiety and find a way to handle any situation.
Yes, and even despite all the unpleasant moments, Tim was able to use his skills to make his life better. It was truly amazing.
And the next story will be about how Tim found himself on a magical island where all wishes come true. This island was full of amazing things: flying crystals, talking animals, and an ocean of chocolate milk. Tim was on cloud 9 with happiness.
But not everything was so rosy. The island had its problems. At first, Tim struggled with magical creatures who often got their wishes mixed up, leading to mishaps. Some island games were incredibly difficult and even frustrating.
I was worried about the unpredictability of the island. Every day, something new and strange happened. Snake rain, unexpected disappearances of objects, and unpredictable behavior from magical creatures. Tim didn't know what to expect, and it made him very anxious.
And I was grossed out by how some magical creatures left their mess everywhere. These creatures were messy, and there was dirt and sticky spots all over the place. Tim tried to find a way to deal with this mess, but it was quite a challenge.
Despite all the difficulties, Tim didn't miss a chance to enjoy the happy moments. He explored the island, met kind creatures, and took part in amazing adventures. In the end, he found a way to use the island's magic to make his day even more magical.
Although the island was full of challenges, Tim learned to handle them. He used his skills to overcome the toughest trials and turned frustration into motivation.
Over time, Tim got used to the strange and unpredictable events. He began to adapt to the new rhythm of life on the island and even found joy in unexpected twists.
Tim also found ways to deal with the dirt and mess. He became more tolerant of inconveniences and learned to find pleasure even in the least appealing aspects of island life.
Thus, Tim completed his adventure on the magical island, full of wonders and amazing discoveries. He learned to find joy even in tough situations and made the experience unforgettable.
Tim became stronger and more confident despite all the difficulties.
He learned to handle unexpected situations and grew more self-assured.
And even the dirt and mess didn't ruin his adventure. Tim learned to cope with inconveniences and find something positive in them.
So our adventure ends on a high note, with new knowledge and experiences that Tim will remember for a long time. Well, our stories have come to an end. We hope you enjoyed listening to them as much as we enjoyed telling them. We put a lot of heart into them and tried to make them interesting and exciting for you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue creating new and thrilling adventures for you.
Yeah, and every like, every subscription, and every comment really matters to us. We want our stories to reach as many people as possible, and your support helps us a lot. Don't forget to leave comments so we know what stories you want to hear next. Your thoughts and suggestions are very valuable to us.
Thank you for being with us today. Avoid dirty situations unless they're in a story. Keep your space clean and your heart joyful. We're happy to share these moments with you and hope our stories bring you joy and inspiration.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.